Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Danon, he says Israel's response to these attacks will be, quote, painful.
What happened last night in Israel was not a defensive action of Iran. It was a calculated attack on a civilian population. Israel will not stand by in the face of such aggression. Israel will respond. Our response will be decisive. And yes, it will be painful.
Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg joins me now. General, how far will Israel go? I really want to ask, do you think they will attack Iran's nuclear facilities?
Yeah, Stuart, thanks for having me. I think it's clearly on the target list. I think the Supreme Leader, Khamenei, is on the target list as well. And I think when they say it's going to be painful, it'll be painful. And I think what they're trying to do is bring this to some type of resolution. You know, I'm always amazed, Stuart, when people listen but they don't really hear. Listen and hear what the Israelis are saying. Listen to what Benjamin Netanyahu, who's now become a leader of consequence in the Middle East, said when he was at the UN General Assembly. You know, he talked about Moses, and he closed his talk when he talked about the Book of Solomon. You know, they look at this fight in biblical terms, and it's a fight to the finish on good versus evil. And they're fighting in multiple directions against multiple enemies, and they're doing quite well. And I think what you're looking now is they finally said, okay, we've taken Hamas off the table, we've neutralized Hezbollah, we've, for the most part, neutralized the Houthis as well. And now we're going to go after the big target, which happens to be Iran. And their primary big target, their crown jewel, Stuart, are their nuclear development facilities. And that's Esfahan, Natanz, Fordo. And they've shown they've got the ability to get there because they've flown quite large distances. They've shown they've got bunker buster bombs. They proved that against Nasrallah. And I think they can get there. And I think what's going to be is painful. Look, something happened just the other day, which to me is a tell, kind of this is what's going to happen. They took out 4 Syrian air defense sites with what they call SEAD, S-E-A-D, suppression of enemy air defense. Why did they do that? They're creating a lane, an air lane that goes right to Iran. I said, Bill, start picking up those tells because you get indicators of what's going to happen. And I think what you're looking at, they're going to do it on their time schedule, when they want to do it, and they've got an enormous target list they can go after, but they're not doing anything with pinprick. They're going after the big targets.
Now, America has considerable military force in the region, and that force was used to shoot down some of the rockets which Iran threw at Israel. Now, when Israel retaliates and goes after Iran, will we participate in that attack? Will we help?
No, well, we're not going to help kinetically. We're going to hold their coats. We're not doing a very good job at that. We probably should be full square behind them, and we're not. But we can provide them diplomatic support. We can provide them supply chain support. In other words, replenish the bomb loads they've got or the things they expend in the fight. But the biggest thing we can do is give them diplomatic support. We shouldn't create this equilibrium that there's good on both sides. No, we should be full square behind Israel. And we need to tell the world that. You know, Stuart, we haven't done that. When you kind of look at all the things that we've said repeatedly, it hasn't been full up behind Israel. And we had an opportunity to take at least one target off the table, and that's with the Houthis down in Yemen when they fired at all that shipping in the Red Sea and the approaches to the Red Sea. We didn't do anything. And we could have helped the Israelis by taking that load off them, but we didn't do it. So sometimes we talk a game, we don't really play a good game. But when it comes to this one, I don't think we're going to support them kinetically, meaning fly airplanes with them. But I think we can give them a lot of other support. We need to do that.
Well, let's see how it turns out. General, thank you very much for joining us on an important day. We always appreciate it.